Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about Fear the Walking Dead Season 6. And I want to talk about something we see in the episode 14 trailer, which is Alicia seeing Cole again. And we'll talk about who that is. I'll recap, Cole and his character and all of that. But I want to talk about how this could relate to Madison. Also, the title and the synopsis heavily relates to Madison. So I want to break all of that down and discuss what are some possibilities that could happen in terms of Madison's character. Obviously, before I do get into it though, I want to give a general spoiler warning. And then also, if you are a fan of The Walking Dead, be sure to subscribe. But yeah, other than that, let's get into the video. So yeah, I want to talk about Madison in terms of that episode 14 trailer. Now, I quickly want to say though that nothing is confirmed by AMC. I'm just a fan of The Walking Dead. These are my theories and my thoughts on what I think could be happening. And I'd love to hear from you guys as well in the comments down below. So I just want to clarify that nothing is confirmed. This is more of a discussion video, and then also breaking down that scene that we had in the episode 14 trailer, because I do think that scene carries a lot of significance in that character Cole, and I'll explain why when we get there. But yeah, I guess we'll get there right now. So the trailer that we saw, it looks like Alicia's gonna be reuniting with some old friends, and one of those people are Cole, who we can see in the trailer right here. Now remember, the last time we saw Cole was back in season 4. I talked a little bit about this during my episode 14 trailer breakdown video. That's on the channel if you want to go check it out, but that's breaking down the entire channel. I want to discuss just this moment specifically because I think there's a lot here. But yeah, the last time we saw him was in season 4. He was a season 4 character. He was part of the group at the stadium. He was very close to Strand. And then at the end there, when the horde of walkers attacked the stadium and we had characters like everyone kind of split up, and then that's where we saw Madison supposedly die, because we haven't seen her since then. Cole was also in the mix of all that. He was attacked by the walkers, and it looks like he survived, as we can clearly see him here in the trailer. Now, the reason why I think this carries a lot of significance is because if Cole survived, I definitely think it's possible for Madison to survive. Now, is Madison going to return this episode? Probably not. Is Madison going to return this season? I don't know. There's only 3 more episodes left, so most likely not. But does it mean that she's alive? I think it's definitely possible, especially again since Cole survived. Now, if we read the title and the synopsis of the episode, it also heavily relates to Madison, and I'll go ahead and read that right now. You can't see the title in the image, just a synopsis, but the title is Mother. And the synopsis says Alicia is held prisoner by Teddy. There, she reunites with old friends and must confront her past if she hopes to move on and escape. So again, I talked about this in my trailer breakdown, so I'll quickly go through it. But Mother could also relate to Teddy, because remember, Teddy is close to his mother, he said in that episode we had with him. But when you see Mother and you think of Alicia and then you read the synopsis, reuniting with old friends, obviously the first thing that comes to your mind is Madison, right? Like old friends. And that's another thing. Earlier I said old friends, but I only talked about Cole, and that's because Cole is the only one that I've seen so far in the trailer in terms of old friends, because I don't think they would consider old friends like anybody on the show right now, like anybody she's interacted with this season. When they say old friends, I'm assuming it means people we haven't seen in a couple seasons or something like that, or at least like not this season. So Cole is one of those people. And I think when they say old friends, I think it could potentially just be like maybe a group of people from the stadium. Now, again, I don't think it'll be Madison, but this tells us that it's definitely possible for why Madison could be alive, and I'll explain more of that in just a moment. And in that second part of the synopsis actually tells us a possibility of something that could be happening in this episode as well. So it says, she must confront her past if she hopes to move on and escape. So what could that mean? Because think about it. If Cole's alive, maybe he knows something. If she has to confront her past and hopes to move on and escape, maybe Cole comes and tells her something, about, or maybe she sees Cole, I should say, and it kind of reminds her of Madison, and she has to sort of think about that as well. But the thing about Cole that I wanted to mention is that what if Cole also has some intel that Madison survived? That's another possibility. Not only the fact that if he survived, I think it's possible for Madison to survive, but I think it would be really cool if he comes and tells Alicia that Madison is alive. Now, I wouldn't bet on that. I don't think it would happen anyways, because that's a pretty big thing to write in the episode. And if they do write that in, then the showrunners will know that fans will always ask what happened to Madison. I mean, they're already asking what happened to Madison, but fans will ask, like, when is she coming back? Because again, like, I don't think, like, that's something they would write in if they know for sure that she's returning, or they already had it planned. So that really depends entirely on, like, what they have planned behind the scenes, like if they want Madison to return, if they're already planning it. So that's a totally different conversation that obviously we don't know anything about just yet. But I want to talk about why I think it is possible for her to be alive. Well, first of all, because of Cole, like I said, like, if he's alive, who's to say that Madison isn't alive, right? And then second of all, this is The Walking Dead, so we never really believe anybody's gone until we really see them, something happens to them. Like, that's the only time, because, like, think about it, like, even Morgan at the end of season 5, it looked like he was going to die, but they didn't show it to us, so we suspected that he was going to survive, and he did. Even like Morales, who was a character in season 1 of The Walking Dead, who we never really saw anything happen to, and he returned in season 8. So this is sort of a thing with this show, is that no one's really gone unless you actually see something happen to them. And we didn't see anything happen to Madison. But that's like a personal belief, so just given the show's history, it's sort of something that I think, it's something that I sort of stand by, and I know, like, a lot of other Walking Dead fans sort of feel the same. It doesn't happen every time, but, it's happened a lot. So, they didn't really show anything happening to her. So that means, like, if they want to bring her back, it's possible. Like, the thing about it is that if they bring her back, no one would be like, oh, how is she back? Like, we're all sort of suspecting that it's possible. And that kind of brings me to my third reason, which is that they've already sort of teased Madison to return in some way. Now, they didn't say, and I'm going to go ahead and read the excerpt. I dug this article back. This is like a couple months old now, over like half a year old. But I wanted to go ahead and read this again. Because this is another reason why I think Madison could be alive. I'm reading this off of comicbook.com. This is way back in November, around like New York Comic Con, and he said this: I was in a chat for New York Comic Con, I think. I don't usually have Q&As directly with the fans like that. I don't know why it just doesn't come up that much, which is something I should ask people about, Gimple explained. But it was weird to be in that because, there was a lot of questions about Madison, and it really is true that we're kicking a lot of things around, not just within. We've had discussions of Fear, we've had discussions of Tales of the Walking Dead, and even within the Walking Dead universe, there's all sorts of possibilities. We investigate that past a lot in stories, especially with Tales of the Walking Dead. So if it were all to come together, it would be amazing. But there are some things floating around that are truly awesome. So that first part, just a bit of context there. I think like around New York Comic Con, they did this thing, like this virtual thing where fans were asking questions, and he was just reading it off the screen and answering them. So that's what he meant. Like, a lot of people were asking about Madison, and he says it there that they're kicking around ideas. So not just for Fear the Walking Dead. So it doesn't mean that she will return alive, but Tales of the Walking Dead, and all sorts of things. But the point I want to make is that Madison is a character that they could still have on The Walking Dead in some way. Now, again, he makes it clear that it doesn't mean that it's going to be on Fear the Walking Dead season 6 or season 7 or anything like that. But the point I'm trying to make is that it's possible because they've been thinking about, doing something with Madison. Even the current showrunners, said it's possible. I'll leave a link to the article in the description if you want to check it out. But, given all these things that now, well, the things that we already knew before, that we never really saw Madison die, the interviews with the crew, And then now this that we're getting in this episode, Cole returning, I just think it's possible. So you guys let me know what you think. Again, I don't think, she's not going to probably return this episode or this season, because they still have to focus on the end as the beginning group. So I definitely think it's possible for Madison to be alive. And I think it'll be really cool if Cole knows something. Now, again, like I said earlier, I think the only reason he would say something for sure, confirming anything, is if they have something planned. I think it's possible for them to talk about her for sure, because that would be because they've known each other since the stadium. I'm sure they're going to have some conversation about the stadium. So I'm also very excited about that. But I think, it's definitely possible for Madison to be alive. I've always thought that, but then, now seeing this, I think it even more now. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. That is the video. I wanted to just give my thoughts and theories on what I think about this whole situation with Cole returning and what that could mean for Madison. Again, nothing is confirmed. We don't know anything. I'm just a fan of the show, giving my theories and thoughts. Feel free to do the same in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you think. But yeah, that being said, I am going to wrap it up there. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating. And for more Walking Dead videos like this, be sure to subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching. Please take care, and I'll see you guys soon.